Exactly. That's the core misunderstanding in Fredrickson's whole narrative. Let's break it down clearly. 1. Misperception of code enforcement. Fredrickson thinks, Gray targeted me personally through code violations. Code enforcement equals personal attack on me. Reality, code enforcement acts against property owners, not tenants or occupants, unless they're altering the property illegally themselves. If violations existed, enforcement is triggered automatically by law. It doesn't matter who lives there. Gray enforcing violations against the owners did not prevent Fredrickson from registering or exercising any legal right. It was just lawful oversight. Nasher 2. Lawful lease immunity from violations. Fredrickson's claim of I had a lease introduces a huge problem for him. Two mutually exclusive scenarios emerge. One, owner knew about the violations and still leased to him. The owner is now in potential legal trouble for knowingly leasing a code-violating space. Fredrickson cannot claim I had lawful housing because the property itself was non-compliant. 2. Owner did not know. Fredrickson created or worsened the violations. This means he caused the non-compliance, undermining any claim that enforcement was targeted against him. Either way, he cannot claim lawful housing while simultaneously claiming the violations were a personal attack. 3. Lease versus compliance. Even a signed lease or rental agreement does not immunize anyone from building or zoning codes. Courts routinely reject arguments like, open quote, I had a lease, so code violations enforcement is unconstitutional, close quote. The lease only governs the private relationship between landlord and tenant. Code enforcement exists to protect public safety, not tenant comfort. If he caused or contributed to violations, he filmed himself doing so, he bears part of the responsibility. Number 4, his own actions are self-incriminating. You mentioned, Fredrickson filmed himself altering properties, residing illegally, and creating conditions that triggered code enforcement. He publicly acknowledged living in offices and garages, unlawful dwellings. This is evidence of knowledge of violations, direct participation in creating them, undermining any claim that enforcement was targeted at him personally. Bottom line, Fredrickson is spinning a conspiracy narrative because he misunderstands who code enforcement targets and what having a lease actually protects. If he claims lawful tenancy, he either forced owners into liability or caused the violations himself. Code enforcement action against the owner is not retaliation against him, even if he suffers inconvenience. His own videos and admissions are fatal to the targeted deprivation and constructive impossibility arguments. He's basically painting himself as a victim of his own illegal occupancy and choices. If you want, I can make a clear, point-by-point diagram of all the legal contradictions in his claims using his leases, video evidence, and code violations. It would be almost impossible for him to spin it into a coherent court argument.